N Ballin is the game made as my final project for CS50's Intro to Computer Science course from edX. For its games track, we used Lua with Love 2D engine for making games, but I ended up using Unity since I'm quite proficient with the C# language. The game itself is inspired by Duck Hunt, with the graphics and the mechanics. The first thing I did was make a prototype. I made a simple enemy spawner with enemies moving from side to side and a crosshair that would enable the player to shoot the said enemies and disable them. That basically is the core mechanics of the game. The next thing I added was the power-ups. It would show at a random spot on the screen and would stay there for a good 6 seconds before it disappears by itself, unless clicked by the player. Since I was done with the game's core mechanic, I started making the graphics in Krita. If you know CS50 already, you might as well know why I am making the duck and stress balls as graphics. Now watch me in a failing attempt to write CS50 on the ball and quickly regretting it. I also made some hit effect for hitting the ducks and ever iconic phone book, which will be used for transitions of scenes later on. After the graphics, I figured that I should now make some simple GUI after making the scoring and bullet system, which turned out really nice. Following a tutorial from Blackform Prod, I had made my transition effect for scenes with the phone book, ripping it in half. Again, if you know CS50, you'll get the reference. I also made the menus and a credit scene with the buttons working with the scene manager. At this point, I had put all the graphics together to form the final look of the game. I don't really have any clips of showing it since I usually do a lot of stuff when I'm not recording. And to top it all off, here's the final gameplay.